So what region should I select for my Azure resources? When selecting an Azure region for your resources, you should consider the following criteria. First, you need to ensure the region meets all regulatory obligations relevant to your organization. Second, you may know that some Azure services are not available in every region. In addition, each service can have multiple configurations, and certain configurations may be restricted in specific regions. Therefore, it is essential to verify that the target regions supports both the Azure services and the specific configurations of the service you plan to use. Next, you need to choose regions as close as possible to your user location to minimize the latency and improve performance. Finally, you need to compare costs across regions to balance performance and compliance with budget considerations. These criteria should help select the right Azure region for your resources. Here is the real case that we ran into. In this case, we have to deploy an Azure VM firewall in East US region, and the firewall must have at least 3 network interfaces so that we can connect the first interface to the outside subnet, the second interface to the inside subnet, and the last interface to the management subnet. And our firewall license only permits 4 CPU, and we have the reservation of this series in East US. We identify the VM site D4 V2 meets this requirement. However, at the time of deployment, we found out that the VM site D4 V2 was not available in East US, so we ended up using the VM site ESB5 series, which means we have to sacrifice the cost for the license requirements, and we could not deploy the firewall to a different region because our reservation and our VNets are in East US.